Hey team, welcome to another video for Building Better Baseball. And in today's video, we are going over the baseball education, coaching, and skill development for 12U and 13U players. This is the last video of this series of where your child should be and what your child should be learning. So we're going to cover everything for the 12U and the 13U age group. Remember, I'm Coach Hart, this is Building Better Baseball, and this is the best place for baseball education. So let's get right into the baseball education for the 12U and the 13U age group. So some quick thoughts before we start. Most of these players at this age, they know what they want out of baseball. They've been playing it for a while and they know exactly where they want to go and how far they want to take it and how intense they want to play. They know already if they're going to stop before high school. They know if they're going to try out for the high school team. Some of them may want to try out, and if they don't make it, then they're okay with that. Some of them really want to play high school and they'll stop at nothing to try and play in high school. So they know exactly what their future is looking like by this age. They've established their positions and ready to fine-tune their craft. So they have their multiple positions that they're going to play. They've already established those, and they're going to really try and work on that craft of each position and try and fine-tune their skills. They're experiencing by this age greater competition, greater success, and greater failure. Overall, they're just seeing greater baseball. They're seeing more talented baseball by this age, and there's much more weight carried with every success, with every failure. They're seeing better teams. They're seeing better players, better pitchers, better hitters, better everything, right? So by this age, they're really getting up into that upper echelon of baseball right before high school. And we're going to talk about a few things in this video that really have to do with this. And the next level, it's on the horizon. It's just around the corner, right? They're almost there. When we were in the 10 and 11U age group, we were just kind of doing some soft goal setting for high school and helping them think about high school. Now they're in it. They know if they want to play, they know what they want to do, and it's just on the horizon. It's right around the corner in the next couple of years. So what should the focus be for this age group? The general baseball IQ is established, and they're ready for advanced concepts. So really everything is in play. They're ready for advanced concepts, such as when you're doing a cutoff, maybe you're teaching how to do a double cut. Or maybe when there's a relay, you're teaching the first baseman trailing play, where the first baseman trails the base runner to second base, so he's there to cover second base for a tag out. They're ready to learn those advanced concepts because by the time they get to high school, they need to know everything about baseball and everything about how to play this game. We need to focus on the small details of the skills, and we need to break everything down. So this is the age group after they've built that foundation to really focus on those small, minute details to really fine-tune all of their skills. This is when you really want to break down the entire swing of focusing on the hands, focusing on the head, and the different parts of the body and how they all work together in the swing. Same thing with pitching or fielding. They want to know all the small details, and they want to be able to fine-tune that craft so they are that better prepared for high school. We want to get as in-depth as possible with all of our drills, all of our practices, and all of our strategies for the game, like all of our first and third and bunt defenses and everything like that. We want to get in-depth, we want to get specific, and we want to get advanced with all of these different things because, like I've said before, they need all of that when they get to the next level. And some more focuses. We want to focus on conditioning. At this age, it's really important as they're getting older and as they're getting more mature in their bodies. We want to get their conditioning down. We want to run. We want to sprint. We want to do agility work and everything like that. We really want to get their bodies in shape for the next level. Strength training. This is the age where they are mature enough, their bodies are mature, they've grown, and they are ready for strength training. They are ready to get their bodies stronger and use more than just bands and more than just dumbbells. We can add some barbells in there. We can add some heavier weights. We can add some medicine balls in there. Everything that you do for strength training, this is the age group that you want to implement that. And piggybacking off of what we just said, we want to build power. Baseball is a power-oriented sport. Everything is centered around power, short bursts and power. We really want to start building that power, especially in their swing, so they can start hitting the ball further. And really in pitching, they can start throwing the ball harder. And overall, this will just help them in the more games that they play. As they get older, they will play more and more games, more and more baseball throughout the year. So we want to make sure that they are conditioned for all of those games. Education on recovery. So we want to make sure that they know the importance of recovery. We want to make sure that they know that if they play a triple header one day, they should rest and not really do anything baseball related the next day or even 2 days after that to let their body recover. Not a lot of players do that, only because obviously they want to get out and play, but they don't really understand the importance and how great it is for your body to give it the opportunity to recover back to 100% for the next event that you have, whether it be practice, game, whatever. So we really want to educate their recovery and help them understand why recovery is so important. The importance of nutrition and hydration. This is really important to focus on because what you eat, it affects your body and it affects your performance. And they need to understand that so that when they get to the next level, they can perform at their most elite level possible so they can contribute to their high school team and have as much playing time as possible. And we want to help them become a student of the game. They should be watching baseball. They should be studying baseball, reading articles, doing all of these things, learning about drills, learning about different techniques, right? Become a student of the game. And this is really important because the age groups before this, they just develop that love of the game. They just love playing. This is what will help them continue that love of the game and continue to improve, is becoming a student of the game. And some last things for focuses. We want to, as the coach, we want to contact the high school coaches that your players are going to play for, and we want to work with those coaches to get exposure for your players. It is really important that your high school coaches, they see and they know of your players before they get to tryouts. Because when they get to tryouts, if they have 50 or 60 kids out there and the coach has never met them or never seen them play, that will make it harder to be noticed by your coach. And let's say they have an off day at tryouts. If that high school coach has already seen them play or knows who they are, they will be inclined to give them a second chance. So it's really important to establish that relationship between the high school coach and your players before they get into high school. The mental game is more important than ever. We want to make sure that our players know how to respond to adversity. We know how to respond and learn from failure, because when they get to high school, it's so important. They will experience more and more failure as they get older, just because the competition and the level of baseball is just getting higher and harder. So the mental game is really important to focus on at this age group before high school. And one thing is, we want to explain that conduct and behaviors off of the field, they impact what happens on the field, especially at the next level. They need to understand that going forward, baseball and their life choices, they are intertwined and they impact each other. I think a lot of players separate baseball and their life choices, or just their life in general. They think that baseball is just something they do and they don't affect each other, but they do, especially at the next level. And like I said, if you do something off of the field that your high school coach doesn't approve of, that will affect your baseball life. And it's really important to explain that to your players. Now, what should I not worry about? At this age, everything is in play, and everything you do should be in alignment with helping these players wear a high school uniform. That is their goal. They would like to play in high school, right? It is your job as a coach. Everything is in play. There's not really anything not to worry about as far as like strategies or gameplay or baseball IQ or anything like that. Everything is in play. They are playing all of baseball, and it's your job as a coach to help them get to the next level and wear that high school uniform and achieve that goal that they have. And the one thing I thought of is college recruiting. You really don't need to worry about college recruiting because it's really a you have to crawl before you walk mentality. It's a one step at a time. They have to get to high school first. They have to play in high school first, and then you can worry about college. So I wouldn't worry about college recruiting. I don't think a lot of youth players worry about college recruiting, but that's something you don't really need to worry about. And in closing, so these kids know what they want out of baseball. They've been playing. They know what their future is. They know what they want. They know what they want to do. It's time to focus on the small details and fine-tune their skills. Like I said, they've already established their positions that they play. It's time to focus on those little minute details and break everything down so they can fine-tune their skills to be even a better player. The mental game is huge. We want to focus on the mental game because as they get older, there will be more weight added to every little thing that they do. It's really important to coach them on the mental game and how to respond to adversity and how to learn from failure. We want to help them contact and meet their high school coach. So the high school coach, they need to know of them and who they are. And even if they can see them play, that's a bonus before they get into high school and before they get onto the field with 60 kids at tryouts. And we want to excel both on and off the field. That's academics also. One thing I always told my team was it's called a student athlete for a reason. When you were in high school, you are a student athlete. Student athlete. It's not called athlete student. Student comes first and then athlete comes second. And it's really important for these kids to understand that. And we want to help them excel both on and off the field. So that's all I have for the 12 and the 13U age group. I really hope this video helped you out if you're feeling kind of confused at this age group of what you should be doing and how you should be coaching your players. The really big focus is everyone who wants to play in high school, we want to get them there. And everything you do should be in alignment with that. So hopefully this video helped you out. Before you go, as always, look down in the description. I have a bunch of free guides that I made for you for free to help you out in your baseball journey. There are great resources down there. There's a 2-hour practice plan. There's a baseball equipment sizing guide. There's a batting practice guide. There's all sorts of different guides down there for you to grab for free. I made it for you to help you out as free resources that you can take with you. So again, I'm Coach Hart. This is Building Better Baseball. I hope you enjoyed this little mini series. I will be back next week for another edition of the Bullpen Bulletin. So I will see you next week.